welcome to my vlog. Can you trust the Tories? Let's see. Broken promises, U-turns. I don't think you can trust the Tories. 2015 they promised we will balance the books by 2017. At the moment the deficit is 50 billion a year, so they haven't done it. It is 2017 and it won't happen by 2020 either. We will not increase VAT, income tax or national insurance. 2017 budget, the Chancellor says he wants to increase national insurance for self-employed, broken promise. We'll work hard to end child poverty. Child poverty is on the increase. And with all the benefit cuts, it's even going to get worse. We will deliver a strong NHS. Staff morale is at an all-time low. The British Red Cross says NHS in an epidemic crisis. Staff are leaving. This is not a strong NHS. Broken promise. On immigration, we will bring it below 100,000. At the moment it's 270,000. Broken promise. We will safeguard British interests in the single market. May's pulling out of the single market in her Brexit proposals. Broken promise. We will protect school funding. Overall school funding has gone down 6.5%. That's not protecting school funding. Broken promise. We boost mental health funding. Well, half the health trusts say that they had received a real term increase. Broken promise. We will abolish youth unemployment. Currently 80,000 18 to 24-year-olds have been unemployed for 12 months or more. Broken promise. We will electrify the Northern Rail routes. 2 months after they announced that, scrapped it. Broken promise. We will give the right for workers to have 3 days of volunteering leave per year. Never happened. Broken promise. We will increase British exports to 1 trillion by 2020. Now they're saying we can't do that. Broken promise. We will ban wild animal circuses. Tory MPs blocked a bill in Parliament. Broken promise. We promise to ensure that the NHS has enough staff to meet patients' needs. Obviously, increasing waiting times is self-evident. Broken promise. We will clamp down on extremists with the extremist disruption orders. Then lawyers have failed to agree on a definition of extremism. It gets scrapped. We will improve welfare with the new universal credit system they promised. And what happens is they rob the disabled of £30 a week. They take 50,000 vehicles away from disabled people, vehicles that have specially been adapted. Broken promise. We'll introduce new victims laws to enshrine key rights to victims of crime. Laudable, never happened, scrapped. We will cap residential social care charges from April 2016, so this was more than a year ago. Plan delayed to 2020, and it's probably not going to happen. Broken promise. So then we have the U-turns. In the budget 2017, I've mentioned it before, national insurance for self-employed should have been increased, despite them saying it wouldn't. And then 1 week later, because of huge pressure, there was a U-turn, scrapped. They said, caring as they are, the Tories, we will take in 3,000 refugees during the Calais refugee crisis, unaccompanied children. A few months later it was scrapped. We only take 350 in. That's the big heart of the Tories. And they wanted to have quotas for foreign workers, so that companies have to have a register of foreign workers. That was scrapped due to pressure, and I'm sure a lot of their MPs wouldn't have been happy about that, have to have a register. So another U-turn was the Hinkley Point nuclear plant, financed mainly by the Chinese. That was stalled as soon as Theresa May became an MP. So that's a U-turn. So now we have these lovely new proposals coming in for the election. Fox hunting, the MP says, I support it, and it will come to Parliament. Caring for disabled people, for foreigners, and for foxes now, the Tories. And a friend of mine came up with a good saying to say, for fox's sake, don't vote Tory. For fox's sake, don't vote Tory. So, net immigration, now for the third time, 2010, 2015, and now 2017, they're saying they want to bring it down to tens of thousands. In 7 years, it has been on an average of 300,000. So, how can you believe them? You can only believe them if you suspend your disbelief. But I'm asking you not to suspend your disbelief. So how would I vote in different constituencies? Now, I would imagine in most of them I would happily vote Labour, although I'm a member of the Green Party. There's a few, you could vote Lib Dem. There is quite a few progressive websites where you can look up who to vote for to get the Tories out, because let's make sure that the end of May, that June is becoming the end of May. Here we go. Then there is 5 constituencies where I would vote Green, and one of them is Brighton Pavilion, where Caroline Lucas has been an MP for 7 years, very hard working, been voted best MP out of all of them for 4 years. In Bristol West I would vote for Molly Scott. In the Isle of Wight I would vote for Vix Lothian. In Sheffield Central, Natalie Bennett, our previous party leader, and in Bath you can vote for Eleanor. She's a very, very good, strong candidate. So here is my recommendation. But don't forget, for Fox's sake, don't vote Tory.